before the storm. Beautiful sunny day, and there's like a nice layer of snow that will probably be melted today so that the fresh new snow can come Sunday. Hello, and welcome to Meal Planning with Valerie. I just felt like I really wanted to do this. And you know what? This is a meal plan before a horrendous storm apparently is going to happen. So I'm in Pennsylvania. And I remember hearing a video that Tom was watching because he watches a couple of weather people on YouTube. And they were like, we're not worried about the northern states because they're used to it. We're worried about Texas and all these other states that aren't used to this ice. I'm just like, gee, thanks. And here I am, still being kind of skeptical on exactly what will happen, just because, we're getting estimates on it'll be 5 inches Saturday night, and then possibly 12 inches on Sunday. And I'm like, I'll believe it when it happens. We haven't had tremendous snowfall in a while, right, baby? Not a while. I mean, if I was working, which I'm not because right now I'm on maternity leave, but if I was working, I'd be really nervous because I hate driving in snow. I hate that today was his first day back to work, and I hate that he potentially will have to drive in the snow. So I'm hoping also it's not that much. And if it is, I hope that they call a state of emergency and just shut everything down. That'd be great. Her school, my daughter's school, has already sent home packets of papers saying that they're going to have a flexibility day. It's called something, but basically it's a homeschool situation. So they've sent work home 3 days worth, and basically she's supposed to do those. I don't know if they mean they anticipate it's going to be 3 days of that situation, or if they're saying get all this work done Monday. And they're saying if they have that day and they don't turn in the work, they'll be marked absent. But if they do not have that day, they don't have to do the work and they just bring the folder back. So we'll see what happens. I mean, people are prepared. And I just got done talking with one of my coworkers because she wanted to call and clarify something with me. And I was like, hey, just a reminder, tell everyone to take home their tablets just in case they decide it's not a snow day but actually a work from home day. Yeah, that's hard for the assessors because they can't do phone call visits, but it's something that we just have to acknowledge. And she said, yeah, we got it, don't worry. So they're fine. They're fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm here because this is meal planning, right? I have ideas. Tom and Amy have been so kind as to provide me with some ideas of things they wanted. Tom saw a slow cooker chicken Alfredo dish he would like, and I've seen that too. I make my own chicken Alfredo, so I've never really had the urge to cook it in a slow cooker, but he wants it. He says it looks good, so we'll try it. Then he asked for a smothered pork chop, which is also a noodle dish. So I was surprised. I was like, this is a lot of noodles. Amy and Tom both mentioned they wanted a stew. Amy said any stew is fine. Tom sent me the cowboy stew from Pioneer Woman. I don't particularly like her. So I don't really want to do cowboy stew. I saw Guinness beef stew, and that looked really hearty and nice. And if I make bread with that, I think that'll be good. And then he also sent me this hamburger casserole from Pioneer Woman, which was another noodle dish. And I was like, my guy, what's going on? Why are so many noodles? We don't even have that anymore. I think the only noodle I have right now is macaroni. So I need to restock on noodles. it didn't look that interesting to me. I think he would prefer if I made homemade hamburger helper, so I'm going to do that instead. Now, the one recipe from the Pioneer Woman that he sent me that I am willing to do is the stuffed pepper casserole. He particularly said that one looked interesting. So I was like, fine, we'll put it on the idea list. Amy requested pepperoni pizza sliders. And I don't mind doing the sliders, and I don't do them that often, so sure. Then there were two things on last cycle's meal plan that I ran out of ground meat product, and I just didn't do them. I used whatever I had left, and I just made things. So one of them was Amish hamburger steaks. So I guess they're kind of like Salisbury steaks, but they're Amish. And then meatloaf. Amy had mentioned she wanted meatloaf, and I was like, funnily enough, that was on the meal plan, but I just ran out of ground beef for it. So we have an interesting collection of things. And basically I wrote down the number of days that I needed meals for, and even then, sometimes it's not that much, because sometimes on Monday I will cook, sometimes on Monday Amy will cook, and sometimes it's a fend for yourself day, because by the time I come home from taking her to prep, it's like almost 9 o'clock, so it doesn't really make sense to cook. Now, the slow cooker recipe could be good for a Monday. It really depends. Now, I have so many things here that, they're not familiar to me. Like, because usually I like to have a mix of things that I know by heart and a mix of things that I don't know, that we don't usually have. A lot of these are very, like, it's casserole stuff. Because that's a casserole. That's something. It's porks with noodles. And then this little cooker dish I kind of think is a casserole too. If that hamburger helper also can kind of be a casserole. They're wintry things. I'm thinking for the remainder of things, which I have 5 spaces left. I should actually make, like, things I'm familiar with and things I know that people will eat, like taco. Yes, it's basic, but I know Genevieve will eat it. Amy will eat it. Tom can make a salad. It'll be fine. And then pasta with maybe meatballs this time. I've done it with sausage a lot because we like their sausage. It's very easy protein to make. It can go into the oven while frozen. But I think people might be getting tired of it. So maybe meatballs. Cool. Because also, I shop from Costco. Like, I try very, very hard not to have to go to other stores and primarily shop from Costco. And it's easy to do that when you do, like, generic things, like just saying tacos, not even, like, going very specific taco, what kind of taco, or just saying pasta with meatballs, because I know they have meatballs. Whatever pasta I find is fine. So I have 3 more things that they'll make. You know what? I'm not planning on buying ground beef. Like, even though it's like Amish hamburger steak, it'll probably end up being like ground turkey. Because the only time I allow myself to buy hamburger is if the ground turkey is too much money, which happened like a month ago. There's a part of me that, like, kind of just wants to go there and see what I find, because sometimes I get good ideas when I shop. Like, if you go to the last shopping video, I bought 4 pounds of kibasi, and that created 2 meals. We had this really great pierogies with kibasi and onions and roasted red peppers. It was, I loved it. It was, I like pierogies, but we usually have them like boiled, so they're kind of plain. And this was just very different, you know, cooking them in the oven, seasoning them. It was, and then they got to be in the liquid that came from the onions, the peppers, and the kibasi, and it was so good. So good. Highly recommend that. Would do that again. Probably it's not going to happen unless, like, pierogies, like I see them in Costco. They come every now and then. I don't think they're there all the time, though. But that was an example of something that I just found, and I had no intention of buying. But I found it. I hadn't seen it there recently. I knew they had it, but it doesn't come all the time. So I was like, yeah, I can make this. And there, I made 2 things with it that we thought were really good. So there's something a little bit fun and interesting about the idea of just going to the store and seeing what you find and getting an idea from that. Because then it also forces you, like, if I get like 1 piece of protein, it then forces me to use up whatever I have in my pantry. So I should try to figure out the days that these are going towards. Okay. So I looked up all the dates. So this meal plan goes from 1/24 to February 6th. Okay. Since I am still on medical leave, since I am still gonna be home, I think I could do that slow cooker chicken on Monday. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Okay, let's see. Sometimes you have to do a thing with a baby attached to you. Let's do smothered pork chops on Sunday. That's the big snow day. Oh no, the stew. Let's do the stew on Sunday. I hope I find a lager. Because it basically was like, you could do Guinness or any kind of like dark lager. We're going to the Costco in Delaware again, so they do have an alcohol section. So I'm kind of thinking, hopefully they'll have it. I know they sell like hard liquor in there. I don't know if they serve beers, because it's been like a year since I drank anything. And I only have really cooked with cooking wine recently. So I don't know what they have, but we'll see. So, but the Guinness beef stew with the bread and it's snowing, that would be so nice, right? So nice. So Guinness stew plus bread. That's Sunday. Mark these off so I don't confuse myself. We've already selected for the slow cooker. We've already selected for the beef stew. So the smothered pork chops. I could probably do those. Like, if it's egg noodle with that, I really don't even like that idea. But we'll try it Sunday, I guess. Or not Sunday, Saturday. Smothered pork chops. The pork's usually cheap. Sometimes I just buy the loin and then I cut down the loin myself. And that makes it a little bit cheaper than just buying the chops, but you know, you're paying for the convenience. They do sell like a pallet of just like the boneless pork loin chops. So I'll look at it and figure out what I want to do. Alright, the homemade hamburger helper. All these noodle things are like semi close together. This noodle thing, not noodle thing, noodle thing. Maybe I'll do the stuffed pepper casserole on Tuesday. Stuffed pepper casserole. Okay. And then boom. Okay. Wednesday is dance. Maybe tacos. Tacos are quick. It needs to be something quick. Alright. And then Thursday. Meatloaf. And then Friday, something fun. So maybe those pepperoni pizza sliders. Alright, so we've already used the tacos, the meatloaf, and the pepperoni pizza sliders. That's Amy coming down the stairs. What time is it? It's 10:48, okay. It's Friday. Like, today is shopping day. And we would have gone out by now, but Genevieve has a half day, so we're kind of waiting for her to come back. So we're going to take her and the baby and go to the Delaware Costco, and so I need to get this done. Okay, so what we have left is hamburger helper, Amish hamburger slide steak, and the pasta with meatballs. Pasta with meatballs could be the next Wednesday, because again, that's kind of like not a big deal. It's quick. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Pasta with meatballs, which I will either make or buy. Usually buy. And then that's shopping day to take out. This meal plan doesn't go into Valentine's Day. I had brought it up to her. I asked her, what did we do last year? And then I looked at the videos because sometimes I need them to remind myself. And we did nothing last year. What he did on Valentine's Day was go to the Eagles parade because they won the Super Bowl. So he took Jen and he went to the Eagles parade with her. And I went to work. So he was like, well, obviously this year, that's not going to happen. So, let's see. I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to do something. Maybe, Amy will be nice enough to watch the babies. And then we could just go out. But that's next pay cycle. Amish hamburger. So let's say that could be that, what is it? Saturday? Amish hamburger steak. There should probably be a fun for yourself day somewhere in there. We're gonna have leftovers. And also, what is it? Hamburger helper? I guess that could be that Sunday. Home made hamburger helper. And I have 1, 2, 3 that I need to fill in, which I want to do with this whole plan of going there and figuring out what to make. Because who knows, sometimes with the amount of product you get at Costco, sometimes you get things that can just cross over to another meal. Like, if I buy pork chops, or if I buy the loin, I will then have, if I buy the loin, I'll have a roast. if I buy the already cut down chops, that's way more chops than I would need than in one meal. So that'd be a whole different meal of chops. So we'll see. Yeah, I think that's all I'm going to do for now. So thank you for going through this meal plan with me. And now I have to make the list because literally we have very few things in the freezer and fridge to make any of this. So I have to write everything down so I know what I'm getting. Alright, well, thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.